Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today I'm going to be talking about once more about PIC. So this is an update to my previous video. The ticker goes by PIC, Pivotal Investment Corporations. I'm going to go through technical analysis briefly to give you a perspective on the trader's psychology, trading it, and then I'm going to go towards any updates. Now I did post a previous video that really goes in depth about this one here. You'll find it in the description below, and I'll remind you once more to watch it at the end of the video. Jump right into it. So on a one-day perspective, what we get to see is a very strong indication of a trend on the ADX. Even though it's seen red candles, it seems to open up higher and higher every day. So that's something impressive. Now, of course, it did open up just a little bit lower today, but look at the moving averages. It's actually looking quite bullish at this level. And it's still bullish all the way until it breaks at 1078 if it does fall down towards that level. MACD looks a little bit rough. It looks like it's stabilizing, but it doesn't give us much more. William %R is overbought, but it's been a little bit zigzagging up and down, so it doesn't give us significance. ADX looks really bullish, and momentum looks bullish, and moving averages look bullish. So we can take a quick look onto 2-hour perspective next. What we get to see here is it does give us a bit of a warning on the moving averages, saying, hey, be careful, might actually see a pullback. ADX says the same thing. William %R says forget about it. I'm just going to jump back up and we're going to be overbought, and the MACD follows there. So it's kind of a mixed thing going on. Now the next thing here is the moving average bands, and what we get to see in the moving average bands is basically moving the top is 1164, the middle 1058, and the bottom 952. Next thing is the stochastic fast and stochastic slow. What we get to see here is basically it shows that it has another leg. It's a little bit rough at this situation, but it still has another leg. That's what this one says. Next thing over is Fibonacci Retracements. So on a Fibonacci Retracement level, you're going to take the 370 as a top and 992 as a bottom. 1226 is the current significant Fibonacci Retracement support, 1181 below there, 1137, and the resistance is 1289 and 1370. Next, what we actually look at here is the presentation. I did cover this one in my last video, so I'm not going to really cover it any further here. It's just going to be very much repetitive for the people who watched my previous video. So at this level, after you watch the update here, make sure to watch my previous video. But let's go on towards the update. Institutional buyers remain bullish on it, adding shares rather than decreasing shares in the last week. A bit of decreasing here on the 16th, but you get to see, for instance, Candlestick Capital added 500,000 shares, 20,000 here. So it looks overall still bullish. When we're looking into any new PR, one of the biggest one is on November 23rd, which is 2 days ago. They issued a press XL Fleet, which is basically the company that's going to do a reverse merger with. They issued a press release announcing that Fambrico Incorporation, an Ontario-based upfitting solution services provider specializing in commercial and work vehicles, expects to double its sales volume from approximately 1,000 XL units installations to over 2,000 in 2021, and so increasing the to meet the increasing demand for fleet electrification in Canada. So that is a really bullish move there. Additional with the EV kind of push this last week, it kind of gives fuel onto the fire, so that's amazing for us. They're going to still continue using the Twitter, the website, and everything, so this is going to still be their website. That's not changing anytime soon based on the PR. I did go towards the products, the vehicles they have, and as well a bit of the downside for some of the vehicle expansions they have. For instance, in terms of hybrids, the F-150 is coming up with a hybrid anyway, but I really explained in depth the difference, including as well looking at the specs in my previous video. So now comes on to what's next. Of course, just a reminder, they give warranties, on-site services. Basically, another thing as well here is XL Fleet expands XL plug into hybrid electric drive systems for use in multiple GM fleet applications. And they did have a record third quarter, if you recall from my last video. Now, next, what I want to actually mention here is what's the next move. So the next move for this one here, you can get to see it's a little bit choppy. I would definitely start locking in profits if you came in from around the 992, but I still do see this one to be a longer term investment and to still see a massive push. Now, whether you can get to see this as an uptrend with pullbacks and whatnot, that is very possible. So the best thing to do is to lock profits where you can. You get to see it's almost forming a cup here, so you might expect a handle. So usually that kind of indication that, hey, it's going to have another push, but as a significant levels for supports and resistances, we can take a quick look into here, into the 5 days, 2 hours, and I'll tell you what level I would probably sell at if it does meet there. So initially, we're looking at a level currently at 1250. So below 1233, that's for 1212, then 1182 as supports, and then 1162. I would sell around 1132. If it does reach there, I'm gonna sell, because after that you get 1110, 1092, 1080, 1047, and then going all the way down to 10 bucks. Now resistances that are very important to break is 1276, 1289, and then up to the 1370. So it doesn't have that much. What do you think about this sticker? Make sure to mention that in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like. You have a wonderful day.